All right, picture this. Imagine for a moment that you're 15 years old again. You're living in the bustling city of Almaty, Kazakhstan. And as far as you are concerned, money is just, well, it's magic. You want new clothes? They just appear. You need food? It's sitting right there in the fridge. And honestly, this is exactly how Umar, an ordinary teenager, used to view the world. But today, we're going to watch that childhood illusion completely shatter. In this explainer of Dr. Alimshan Faizulayev's incredible book, The Path of Umar, we'll see how one kid's financial awakening can absolutely change the way we all view wealth, discipline, and our own futures.
So everything changes for Umar in this one quiet moment of realization. He starts really noticing the heavy, silent toll on his parents. He sees his dad coming home totally exhausted, peeling off his jacket like the day had physically drained him. He sees his mom in constant motion, managing the absolute chaos of a large family with literally no days off. And suddenly, boom, it hits him. Things don't just magically appear. Behind every meal, every pair of shoes is work, real, grinding work. Standing at a noisy traffic light one afternoon, with a few coins clinking in his pocket from trying to clean car headlights, Umar asks a single, incredibly powerful question. How do people actually earn money, for real? And that emotional spark, that's what kicks off his entire journey.
That brings us to Section 1, the trap of invisible money, or learning the hard way.
Now, of course, asking the right question doesn't mean you instantly have all the answers, right? Before Umar can conquer the business world, he has to conquer himself. Given a weekly allowance, Umar immediately falls into a super common modern trap. He downloads a mobile game. Sure, it's free at first, but then here come the microtransactions. A tap here to unlock faster progress, a tap there for a cool upgrade. When you're using physical cash, you literally feel the loss. There's a built-in psychological break. But digital money? It's totally invisible. It's just a number changing on a screen. Umar's allowance silently disappears because digital spending removes all the friction. His money vanishes before he even realizes it's gone.
To pull him out of this invisible trap, Umar's mother sits him down at the kitchen table and gives him a practical guard against all those impulsive wants. It's this beautifully simple three-step system. Step 1, know exactly what you have. Step 2, decide in advance where it goes. And Step 3, track it so you never drift past your limit. She teaches him this amazing trick to just pause for 3 seconds before every single purchase and ask, is this a need or just a want?
But here's the thing, this is far more than just a story. Because this is based on an interactive educational book, readers actually get to actively participate in Umar's journey. It's definitely not a dry, boring finance textbook. Through hands-on worksheets like the money journal, the spending tracker, and the business idea brainstorm at the end of every chapter, you immediately get to apply these vital life skills right into your own reality.
Let's move to Section 2, learning the financial rules, from bazaars to modern banking. Armed with his new budget, Umar is ready to tackle bigger concepts. His father first takes him to a chaotic local bazaar to witness supply and demand in real time. The smell of spices, hot asphalt, haggling vendors, it's this perfect microeconomy where the vendors are businesses and the shoppers are consumers. But back home, that ancient bazaar gives way to modern fintech. He watches his dad pay a utility bill in literally seconds on his phone using an app and a QR code. While it's super convenient, this invisible money requires even stricter personal discipline. If you don't understand the rules, you're taking on hidden risks you simply cannot see.
So the crucial point is actually establishing those rules. Back at the kitchen table, Umar gets his first masterclass in basic accounting. 3 simple words. Income is what comes in, expense is what goes out, profit is what remains. His father explains that the most common mistake people make is only focusing on earning more. But if your expenses grow faster than your income, you still end up with absolutely nothing. Financial success isn't just about how much you earn, it is entirely about how much you keep.
Next up is Section 3, Tech, Tools, and Entrepreneurship, Building Something Real.
At this point, Umar decides he is done just observing. He wants to stop dreaming and start doing. He has a real passion for fashion, specifically how youth outfits fit together, and he decides to start his very own business selling curated looks on Instagram. But he needs a plan, and he needs starting capital. To build that plan, his dad introduces him to artificial intelligence, specifically tools like ChatGPT and Claude. But here is the catch. AI is an amplifier, not a shortcut. If you use it to do your thinking for you, your brain gets lazy. Umar learns that a precise question gets a precise answer, and he uses it to analyze risks, outline his venture, and figure out exactly how to source his clothing.
Then he grounds all those AI ideas into hard data with his very first Excel spreadsheet. He isn't just guessing anymore. Buying 5 complete outfits at 32,000 tenga each brings his total cost to 160,000 tenga. Pricing them at 38,000 tenga means a projected total revenue of 190,000 tenga. This leaves a projected net profit of 30,000 tenga. He takes these hard numbers straight to his dad, proving he has a real system and secures his loan. He has officially stopped dreaming and started planning.
As his business actually launches, Umar learns a really profound lesson about the nature of money itself. Money isn't just a static object. It's a living thing, affected by time. During a family dinner, he learns all about inflation. Basically, if you just stuff cash under a mattress, it quietly loses its strength and value over time because prices naturally rise. This is exactly why banking, investing, and entrepreneurship are so essential. You have to put your money to work, just like Umar is doing with his clothing business.
That takes us to Section 4, the reality of business, solving real problems.
So the launch is a huge success. He sells all 5 outfits and the profit hits his spreadsheet. But then, disaster strikes. He receives his very first real-world customer complaint. A buyer messages him saying the trainers have a defect and the sizing is totally off. Umar freezes, his heart is pounding. This is the exact moment where most people just want to quit. But Umar remembers his father's advice. Real business starts not when things are easy, but when they get hard. Using his tools, he handles the crisis beautifully. He listens calmly, apologizes without arguing, and offers an exchange, which the customer happily accepts. He opens up Excel to track complaints, realizing that true business is about building trust and turning mistakes into vital experience.
Finally, we reach Section 5. Your financial journey begins. The power of discipline.
By the end, we see a complete transformation. Umar is no longer that impulsive teenager standing at a traffic light just hoping for coins. He is a thoughtful, organized, and resilient young entrepreneur who has learned to navigate bazaars, balance budgets, leverage AI, and build customer loyalty. And honestly, it all comes down to discipline. Discipline isn't about miserable restrictions or never having fun. It's simply the ability to choose the right action even when you really don't feel like it. It's doing the right thing when you're tired and when absolutely no one is watching. Every small choice is a brick, and 1,000 disciplined bricks build real wealth and success.
The story of Omar is a literal roadmap for the real world. Whether you are a teenager, a parent, a teacher, or a school looking to empower students, this narrative proves that financial education shouldn't be boring. It changes your choices, and your choices change your future. As the book perfectly states, financial literacy is one of the most valuable life skills. Begin the journey today with the Path of Umar. The only question left is, will you let your money control you, or will you learn to control your money?